Alright, we are going to do things just a little bit differently today. I'm having a little bit of camera issues this morning. I don't know if it's the lighting or what. I'll address that later. It's going in and out of focus, so if it gets a little blurry, sorry about that. So anywho, we had a request on a topic, so I'm going to cover this topic, and believe me when I tell you, I am probably one of the most guilty individuals on this topic on the planet. Someone sent me a message on Facebook last night and asked me to cover worry. This is something. Worry is a very slippery slope. It is one of those things that every single person on the entire planet, I don't care who you are, I don't care how rich or poor you are, everyone worries. And for my entire life, I spent the majority of it worrying. I'm surprised I'm not covered in gray hair. But I recently have done a lot of changes in my life, and one of the things that faded very quickly was worry. And I'll explain how. So humans had to develop type of peripheral vision to deal with predators and things that we wanted to see coming from the sides or coming from the future. And one of the things that we are guilty as people of is we will focus and fixate on things in the future that we want to worry about. Like I want a Corvette, and I want it to have 600 horsepower, and I want to have a 3,500 square foot home, and I want it on top of a hill with 50 acres of land. And you are fixating on these material things that cause you to worry about how are you going to make enough money to get these things. Well, if you kind of stop and you bring yourself right back into right now, and you start to focus on what's happening in front of you at this exact moment, and if you have enough discipline to always stay in this exact moment, you can fix worry. And what I mean by that is, what's going on in my life right now? So if I'm worried about tomorrow, I'm going to focus on what I'm doing right now. 1, I'm breathing. Number 2, I'm conscious. And if you can focus on just those two aspects, don't worry about the rent, don't worry about the light bill, don't worry about none of that right now. Bring yourself right back in to exactly where you're at right now. And focus only on breathing and being conscious. You will start to notice that very suddenly you relax. The worry, you had created all this anxiety. Anxiety creates stress. Stress creates depression, and it's a very vicious chain. So you bring yourself into right now. I'll give you another example of how this is created. You worry about money. Everyone worries about money. But ironically, you only need enough money to not worry about money. So if you have enough money to pay your bills and support your health and have a few comforts in your home, that's everything you need. Everything else is not a worry. Okay? You don't need to worry about it. You have enough for those things. That is all you need. And we fixate on that so hard that we create a lot of worry, and we set ourselves up for failures just over and over and over and over again. So if you can just stop for a minute, focus on your health, focus on enough money to pay your bills, enough money to support your nutrition. That is very important, because you are going to give a lot of your time to whatever job you decide to pursue in this, and you're going to chase the money. Money, 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 money. And what's going to happen? Your health is going to fade. And then all this money that you amassed over here is now going to be spent to try to rehabilitate your health. And you know, that was never simple to me, but my dad said something to me one day that actually sunk in, and it sunk in deep. I asked him, I said, Dad, why do you spend all, he will spend his last dime to go on a fishing trip. And he looked at me just as square one day and said, I might not be here tomorrow. and I'd rather enjoy what I had today, right now. And that never sunk in. I was like, well, that's pretty cool, but it never really sunk in. But now that I've changed the aspect of my life and I've started to examine what I worried about, it has become so simple. And I'll give you another example of how not to worry and how to fix a lot of stress. Road rage. I used to suffer from road rage like you wouldn't believe. And someone would cut me off. I'm on the horn and I'm cussing and I'm stressed and I'm mad. I'll teach you how to really take any event in your life and just make it easy, and we're not going to worry about it. So if wind, let me focus this camera. I don't know why it does this. If wind were to blow in your face right now, would you personalize it? And the answer is no, you wouldn't. You don't personalize a gust of wind. It is just a gust of wind. It is what it is. Well, if you start to think about a lot of the problems and stuff that you deal with as a gust of wind and don't personalize it, how suddenly is it easy to deal with? This guy cuts you off. You instantly want to take it personal. Now start to say, I'm not going to personalize this. It is what it is right now. And suddenly you realize, okay. Second aspect of that is, let's try to do better for everyone every single day. Let's try to be the best human being possible that we can be every single day. Let's try to make everyone's life around us better every day. And if we focus on that aspect, now I'm gonna take this person, male or female, that just cut me off in traffic, and I'm gonna put myself in their shoes. What if their parent just died? What if their child is in the hospital with a terminal illness? What if they just got the news that they have stage 4 cancer? Now, when you really start to think in that aspect, is it really worth getting angry and worrying about the 1 second that they just cost you out of your life? No. It suddenly becomes not even worth a second thought. I wasted more time explaining that than I did actually having to worry about it. You don't know what kind of day they're having. Their life could have just crushed and shattered around them. Now suddenly, if you look at it from that aspect, it's not a big deal. So the ultimate gist of this video is, keep yourself in the moment. If you focus on your life right now, and don't worry about the future, don't worry about the past, don't worry about what's coming from the sides. Bring yourself and focus on what is right now. Center yourself and have enough discipline to stay there. I promise you, everything will get better. You will start to slow your breathing. You will start to not worry about everything. And suddenly everything else, it starts to open up a world of other changes that you can make from something so simple. So, as always, guys, I really do enjoy these videos. I really like making them. I had some messages yesterday for some pretty close friends that the videos I'm making are really helping them, and it's helping me to help them. So, as always, please enjoy. If you have a topic that you want me to cover, feel free to message me. If you ever need anything, if you're going through some stuff in your life right now, you need someone to talk to, man, I love to talk. Just in case you guys who know me for a long time, I love to talk. So just shoot me a message. We can talk about it and we can hash it out. And as always, thanks guys. Have a great day and try to stay positive. Keep your head up. See ya.